Okay, welcome to today's video diary of a year in a motorhome. What day is it? It is Monday the 5th of February.
2023.
Not 2023.
2024.
2024.
That's what I said.
So I'm doing this this one a bit earlier. As you can see, I'm still actually in my daytime clothes rather than my long johns. It is just after 6:30. So today's a Monday, and it's a week when Arthur and I are together. So and it's a school day. So yeah, today, well, this evening's been pretty chilled out actually. I'm not too sure why. We basically came home from school and the office. We were a little bit later than normal because we tried getting the bus. And we made homemade pizzas, although we used to make the dough from scratch and fresh. But in the interest of giving ourselves more time to relax, we instead buy really nice bread, often sourdough. So we just basically use each piece of bread as a mini pizza, and then I chop up the vegetables. So might be red peppers, tomatoes. Chop up, slice up some chorizo because that gives it a really good burst of flavour. We put on a layer. We spread the bread with something. It might be chopped tomatoes. Or today it was today it was pesto because we had some pesto left over from the pasta that we made yesterday. So I basically kind of prepare it all, as well as some slices of organic mild cheddar. What else, mister? I think that's all we put on it. And I kind of prepare it all, put all the chopped up and sliced up stuff on the chopping board, and then Arthur builds the pizzas, basically spreads on the pesto, stacks up the veg and chorizo and cheese, and then we pop it in the oven. So I suppose it's like a combination of a quick dinner and a dinner that needs a bit of time, which doesn't quite make sense, does it? So we have eaten that, and then yeah, we've had some time to chill out, and it's only just gone 6:30. So yeah, I'm not sure why it's really. We've sort of got through this evening pretty well. So that's that. The weather's a bit warmer. So what's the temperature now? Ah, God, it's asking me for a code. Here we go. So the temperature is about 11 degrees C. Absolutely warmer weather makes life so much easier in the motorhome. Now 11 degrees C, what temperature is it in here? 16 degrees C. People might be thinking, wow, that's freezing, but that's a definite improvement in temperature. I suppose ultimately anything above 5 degrees C is good, because I'm not having to worry or consider the leisure battery. And this temperature, yeah, it says 11 degrees C outside, 16 degrees C inside. We haven't had the diesel heater on at all this afternoon. This is a nice temperature. It's okay. I mean, yeah, I've got my cardi on. If I wanted to, I'd put my fingerless gloves on and a hat, and that's part of it. We're kind of reducing our consumption and waste, and getting okay with connecting with the outdoors. So we're okay with all of that. What I was going to show you, because the routine we've got is pretty slick as far as mornings. So mornings are the normal sort of stuff that we would do as a father and son in a house, but we're mobile. So we basically, let me show you actually. Okay, so we're here in the kitchen. So this is how I prepare. The only thing in addition to this, preparing for the morning, would be getting out my earbuds, putting my mobile with the tripod, which is obviously in my hand, on there as well. and then also putting down the yoga mat. So by doing that, I'm not going to disturb Arthur when I wake up at 5 and do half an hour of yoga. I wake up at 5, there's kind of 15 minutes of faffing about. So that's also where this preparation comes in. So I basically get a saucepan with a bit of water and some freshly cut organic lemons. So that's ready to bring up to temperature, so I can have hot lemon water in the morning while I do yoga. Based on what I learned or was suggested on the Huberman Lab podcast, there's some water, which that's the very first thing I do when I wake. I take a sip of that water, swill my mouth and swallow, and that could potentially be a good way to improve my microbiome in my gut, so the microorganisms in my gut that help me to be healthy. And then the other things, this is sort of in order of how I use it ultimately. So I'm having a drink the water first. I'm next heating up the lemon water. Often while I have my first wee of the day, I'll put the hot lemon water on. So yeah, drink first, heat up the lemon water. Then I use my reusable bamboo cup for the lemon water, and I'll sip that throughout the half an hour of doing yoga. I'll then rinse this out, and then it's ready for coffee. So then kind of next steps is I'll use this with my AG1 vitamin D, and then the AG1 kind of whole food organic supplement. It's a bit of an insurance policy to make sure I'm getting all the good organic and supplements and nutrients that my body needs to be healthy, just in case I'm not getting it through my food, which obviously I'm working really hard to eat really good organic whole foods and that sort of thing. But so the AG1 is my insurance policy. And then so I'll have AG1 first. After that, I'll make some nuts, seeds. I'll soak them in a bit of water for a few minutes, add in some nutmeg and cinnamon and some fruit and honey and other bits and bobs like that. And while I'm eating that, I'll be boiling my coffee, so in the stovetop, and I've already got the water in there that's ready to go. I just need to basically add in the coffee that's up there ready to go, so all nice and accessible. And then so that's that bit. So that means mornings can be nice and slick ultimately. The other bit I was going to show you is, I suppose there's a couple of things that we've that are part of the process now. So this blanket goes just there. So this upstairs bed is down. The blanket helps to separate the cab. So that's a way of keeping the habitation area a bit warmer, because we're not trying to warm up a cold cab. There's that. The other benefit of having this is it really does stop with the windows, which you can't really see because it's a bit too dark. But it really does help to stop the windows steaming up, getting condensation on them. So it's easier to drive off in the morning. The other thing that's worth mentioning is kind of the setup that I've got in the bathroom. Now, you might have noticed that I pretty much don't use the sink. I've always got that cover over it, and I don't use the draining board that was here, which gives me more surface and worktop space. So instead, I've got kind of a setup here. So I basically would normally wash up in the bucket. So if we're near some wild water that I know is pretty clean, I'd fill up the bucket so we can rinse whatever we're washing, use good this stuff, so the EcoVer washing up liquid. So yeah, having a half full bucket of water is just so easy for doing washing up. And I'd be doing the washing up and the rinsing in there, and then I've been using this tray as the draining board. Alternatively, if there's not that much, I've just been putting stuff in the sink. So that's all nice and self-contained, and I can drive off with stuff drying in there, whereas if it's on the tray, I really need to put the tray away. The Starlink box is super handy as an extra surface space in the bathroom. The tray draining board sits down there nicely. And then the other thing I do is I've got the Lifesaver jerry can. So if we're off-grid and we're using off-grid water, so at the moment the Lifesaver jerry can is just there, but so it's nice and out of the way. But normally it might be placed in here. When I want to refill my water jugs, which are stored up here. If I want to refill the water jugs, I basically put that bit of wood on the Starlink box, put the Lifesaver jerry can on there, on top of the wood. I then put the food recycling bin just there, and I put the water jug on top, and that gets it nice and close to the tap on the Lifesaver jerry can. So that's basically what I would do for refilling the water jugs. I just do that as a daily thing in the evening, so the water jugs are full, ready for the next day. If again I'm off grid and the water tank that's on board is empty and I'm using the Lifesaver jerry can to rinse, we've got this shower attachment. So I would basically take this bit of wood, rest it on top of this surface. There wouldn't be anything else there. The wood would be against the mirror. And then the Lifesaver jerry can sits on top there. And then I attach the shower attachment and then use the head to spray as a way to rinse and wet the things that I'm washing up in the bucket. So yeah, that's pretty slick, to be honest. I mean, we are living the life of luxury because at the moment, wow, how cool is that? I mean, how often would you think it's amazing to have running water when you're in a house? So we've got running water. We thought we're going to treat ourselves. We've been at a campsite to empty the toilet. We've paid money to stay there. The temperature's a bit warmer, so we don't have to worry about freezing pipes. And we've refilled the onboard water tank. We're still super frugal with water, but it's nice to have a bit of luxury occasionally. And then once that's empty, we'll then get back to using the Lifesaver jerry can and that shower attachment. And that's also what we can use to have a shower. I mean, what I've been doing to have a shower, rather than get the shower floor wet, I've actually been just opening the shower room, the bathroom window, and just having a quick shower outside and then drying myself, basically. So that's pretty much it. I thought I'd make this one a bit more of a practical one. We're going to settle down for the night, and that's it for this one. Check back again soon.